having a really hard time doing this video, and that happens a lot, especially lately. I don't know if it's my inner dialogue or, you know, the things that people around me have said to me that make me doubt my own experience. But it's really exhausting to have this like inner conversation of what I know is true. And then, you know, this other input of like, no, you're just crazy. Like, you know, look in the other direction, just ignore it, blah, blah, blah. And it becomes very confusing. But yeah, initially when I started making these videos, it was to document my health. And if what I know to be true is the truth, then yeah, there's some other shit that goes along with it that's pretty bizarre. And I haven't even tackled any of that. But in my life, it is surfacing. So, you know, I'm sure that that was pretty convoluted to anyone listening, but, you know, these videos are for me to keep track of the progression, so I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole with that. These last couple of days have been pretty insane. I ended up going to the hospital, pretty sure that, you know, I was dosed with something. I couldn't stop moving. I thought I was going to die. It was pretty bad. Honestly, I thought my appendix was going to burst. I had a throbbing, very sharp pain in that area. It would hurt, you know, maybe a minute or so, very intense, and it would go away. Then it would come back, same thing, throb, 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 super intense, and go away. So I went to the hospital. I was treated like total shit there. Honestly, I think the person who dropped me off led them to believe that it was just a mental health situation. Yeah, this person claims to, you know, love me, be in love with me, blah, blah, blah. Yet when it hits the fan, he fucking drops me off and skedaddles. So it just seems like guilty behavior to me. The symptoms that I was having, you know, stuff like that has happened to me, but it was a long time ago. And I was under the same impression then that it wasn't my fault. You know, something was either, you know, put in my food, put in my drink, put on my cigarettes. I have no idea. I've been through some crazy, crazy ass things. It's hard to know at this point what's stemming from, you know, exposure to traumatic situations and what is what's happening currently. And with that confusion within my own mind, it's I don't want to make these videos, you know? I'm afraid I'm just going to look insane. But if I don't, then I further lose my voice because I can't keep track of, well, 3 days ago this was happening and a week ago it wasn't. So whatever, I got to keep doing this. It's very disheartening and it's terrifying. Some of these things that I get, you know, concerned about, or if you want to call it paranoia, whatever, I don't, yeah, it's really scary. But I'm not even going to talk about that stuff because it's not concrete. I'm going to go off, you know, what is concrete and tangible in my immediate environment. Anyway, so this is what happened. I'm pretty sure I posted a video on it. I ate a bunch of pineapple, and bromelain is supposed to slow down, you know, say you have a parasite and it's in your gut, bromelain is supposed to slow it down so that when you take a bowel movement, it doesn't hide in the intestinal wall. It's just, you know, it comes out and then you can see it visibly. And that's what happened. I went to the bathroom, saw something very apparent, took a bunch of pictures of it, called my doctor, you know, and said, like, I'm really concerned. I was also spitting up blood, spat up blood for about an hour. Like, seriously, not just a little, like every time I spit, I was spitting up quite a bit of blood. And like I said, I called my doctor and I said to them, you know, I'm concerned here. Should I go to the hospital? I don't want to. I didn't even want to call you guys, but it seems like I should do something about this. The girl that I talked to on the phone seemed relatively thorough. She took a bunch of information. She told me she'd call back. So, you know, I got off the phone. I waited maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And I was like, wow, you know, they haven't called me back. If I don't have direction to go to the hospital, you know, maybe I'll take some Benadryl or take something, try and go to sleep. And when I wake up, I might feel better. So I called her back and I'm like, look, no one's called me. If I don't need to go anywhere, I'm going to go to bed and I need to know what the direction is here. She said, oh yeah, we paged the MD, you know, he'll get back to you. Again, they never got back to me. And that in itself is pretty upsetting to me. Every time I've seen this doctor in particular, he's gone off the fact that whatever I'm dealing with is not alive. It's not a parasite, blah, blah, blah. And anytime someone that is, you know, deemed, you know, credible in their area tells me I'm wrong, I don't have a degree in medicine. Why wouldn't I doubt myself? I always end up doubting myself. And I know that he didn't call back because he thinks it's just a delusion. But anyway, so going to the bathroom and seeing that, coupled with what I've been seeing lately with my skin, it happened in my neck, my thighs, and my stomach. You know, my skin is like moving like this by itself. And I've never noticed that before. That's a new thing. But granted, maybe it has happened all along. I'm really not quite sure. If I am correct and I do have a parasite, then obviously as days go on, it changes in either one or two directions. It gets worse or it starts to get better. But to me, it's progressing. It's getting a lot worse. So yeah, he never called back. And at this point, I'm convinced that the person I was with somehow got something in my system, because I just started having really crazy symptoms of, you know, I thought I was dying. I was communicating with the other side. I was totally convinced I was going to die. I was like making promises with God if he got me through that night, you know, what I would do to be a better person, like totally convinced. I thought my appendix was going to burst, so I just decided to lay down and be still. I asked this individual for a drink. My mouth was like dry. Like my lips were sticking to my teeth. Come to find out, the next day I had sores all through my mouth. I felt like every single tooth was going to fall out. To go like this to one of my teeth, I could feel it, like my teeth were killing me. So it tells me that I drank whatever, you know, had me like that. And when I got into this person's vehicle, my joints still hurt really bad. He handed me a drink that was open. And no, he doesn't normally do that. But anyway, so I get into bed and I tell myself, you know, as long as you're still, the appendix pain, whatever, might go away. I ask him for a drink. He gives me a drink. And in retrospect, after I drank a little bit of it, I felt a cold sensation go through my entire body. At the time, I really didn't think that I was being drugged. You know what I mean? But now looking back, like, that's really not that normal. But again, I have so much crazy shit happening on a regular basis that no one, very few have validated. It's so hard for me to trust my intuition and not just, you know, give in to like, oh no, I'm just crazy. That's not really happening. I don't really think I'm crazy at all. And the craziness that I do have, I think is from being scarred from all the shit that's happened to me. That really is totally, you know, out of this world, fucking unjust. But anyway, I am trying to get over that, and I'm trying to, you know, not bring it up. But when it's, what's the word? When it's fresh, when it keeps happening, it's hard for me to not dredge up everything else that's, you know, happened in the past that's similar. And it's also hard for me to see each of those instances as separate and not group it all together and start thinking really conspiratorial, like, how do these people, you know, that supposedly don't know each other, how are they, like, how does this keep fucking happening? I don't know. It's, like I said, it's very disheartening. It makes me think of suicide. I'm not at all suicidal, but if my fears are true, I don't, yeah, this is a very, very complicated situation. I don't like it at all. All I need is, like, you know, one person or one website or just something to, like, coach me a little bit on what to fucking do here. I really don't know. I don't want to get lost in it, though. You know, and that would be pretty easy. So, like, today, I really don't want to do this video, but I did it. And yes, I will post it, and I guess we'll see what happens.